What's up, Hobby Squad? I'm going to show you how to kit out your character with armor and meds for under 110k. So to start, we're going to go to Ragman, and you're going to want to pick out the bucket helmet for about 18k. This is a high ricochet chance, even though it is only armor class 3. So there's a chance, that even that really good quality ammo is just going to bounce right off. It's not the greatest chance, but there is a possibility. And to save money, you're going to buy an armored rig that is not only a rig, but also your armor. Again, armor class 3, so it's not terrible, but it's obviously not the best. But you're going to be saving money because you're not buying both an armor and a rig. So this is for about 44k. So once you pick both of those up, we're going to go ahead and also, if you don't already, you should have a Momex or a balaclava or something like that to cover your face. For another about like 3k. This is going to be kind of your starting armor setup that you'll have on your character. And now you are going to need to carry some heals with you when you go, and you should have plenty of these AI2 medkits, or as everyone calls them, the cheese slices. You're going to want to at least grab 2 of those, a pack of painkillers if you don't already have some of those stocked up, and I'd recommend a car medkit. Now that's going to be kind of like your starting kit. So we're going to go back to our actual character here, and you'll see this is going to be similar to what your character is probably going to look like. Now you can kind of equip these any way you want as far as their keybinds, but keep in mind that the use time between a car medkit and an AI2 medkit is a whole second, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're bleeding out, this can be enough to patch a limb before it bleeds out, whereas this, you might miss it. This also prioritizes whatever the lowest limb is. An easy way to actually use these to guarantee yourself if you're worried about it is you can actually drag it to whatever limb is hurt, and it'll heal whichever one you drag it to. Painkillers are great to keep you alive in a fight. Again, you have your helmet, your armor, your rig. Now I'm also going to have to recommend the Comtac 2 headset. This you can also pick up for Ragman. It's not necessary, but it is very helpful. These headsets are great because they suppress a lot of the louder sounds, so your guns and ammo are not severely deafening to you, but it'll also help amplify low-level sounds such as footsteps. So it's great to kind of figure out where people are in relationship to you. Now from here, if you want to, you can put an armband on, some glasses. I'm also going to recommend using the AK that we learned about in my last video. If you haven't seen that video yet, check that out. Link will be in the description. And then as far as backpack goes, you probably have some backpacks from some scav runs. You can kind of use whatever you want. I'm going to recommend, as far as a beginner backpack, just to use a scav. A scav backpack just for its size. You can filter by backpacks here. Or an MBSS wouldn't be bad either. The biggest difference between something like the Burkett and the Scav is the fact that the Scav gives you the minus to speed penalty. So if you have enough extra money, I'd say just pick up the Burkett, because it's the exact same size, but you're going to have no speed penalty. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. And this is what you're looking at for a starting character. Now, of course, you're going to want to bring spare mags for your gun, and occasionally some spare ammo. Now, if you're saying that, I keep dying in raids, I really don't want to take my new kitted AKS in yet, what do I do different instead, then I'd recommend taking a pistol in. So you start with several different pistol options. I have a couple of I have a TT left here. So if that's something you're worried about, take your TT. Make sure that you have plenty of spare mags for it, because you are, especially something like a TT, you're going to go through them quickly. Run the same gear. Have your backpack, have all that, make sure your mag is loaded. As you can see, this one has no ammo in it. But make sure you have plenty of spare mags for your pistol, because right there, I mean, you got 3 total mags and you only have 24 bullets. That's less than, you know, 1 AK clip for you at 30 if you're running a 30-round AK clip. That'll, you know, that's going to help you in some of your more basic runs. If you're just trying to complete it for your first time, you know, you're going to be able to kill a scav with it. You just got to line up your shot. I would recommend taking the AK though, especially if you have the kitted version. That's going to be one of your better beginner loadouts. You can even take a pistol as a sidearm if you're that worried about it. But like I said, just don't forget to take your spare mags. I always recommend running the 60-round mags for the AK. I don't usually run a 30-round mag. I just have 30s from buying the gun. I almost always run 60s. And again, you always want to make sure your mags are loaded. I've went into matches before where I did not have ammo in my mags, and that's not a comforting feeling. So make sure you always have your ammo loaded. And in this case, if I'm bringing 2 60s, I'll usually bring a spare 60 down here in my gamma, just in case I want to reload, or if I absolutely have to. But in this case, you're just trying to survive. You're not doing any specific dorm runs, anything like that. So it's kind of up to you how you want to play it. But this would be kind of a solid, pretty cheap beginner loadout.